Salutations and greetings to every one of you. Thank you for tuning into this particular video today. Today begins a new chapter to illuminating the light of misconceptions, to further clarifying myself. And I could not have made myself much more abundantly clear than I am and what I will be saying in this video today than I ever have before. And for this clarification, for this confirmation is due to the reason that there are so many, well, I should not say so many, but there are many misconceptions derived from the unfortunate judgments of, perhaps you could call it intolerance, ignorance, narrow-mindedness. They all coexist and correlate the same, ultimately, inevitably. And inevitably, yes, I will say this, I am a believer. I believe in a divine being, I believe in a source, I believe in the creator of its creations, of all things. I consider God the supreme being as what it is. It is an it, and not to sound derogatory, defaming, or offensive, or otherwise. Basically, God in itself is non-binary. It identifies neither as male nor female. That is a human concept, and that is what we are. And I have a lot of respect for non-binary people. And speaking of which, I wanted to give a shout out to a particular YouTuber who's quite famous, and I hope that he ends up watching this video in particular. His name is Morg. He is an incredible human being. He is someone who is a genuine article for a being for what he is, and more likely he is a starseed, a lot like myself. But he has a genius of a mind. And this fabrication of reality is something that so many people do not understand. They have little to no understanding of what and how to open their minds and of all the infinite possibilities that exist inside of this realm and sphere of human life. This human existence is so fragile, yet it's meaningless. At the same time, it's meaningful. There are significance and insignificance to everything. The things that I find insignificant of this world are things as such: poverty, wars, chaos, destruction, just name a few. Poverty, materialism, especially materialism. Now, so many people might consider me as someone who is materialistic. However, I find myself to be on a sphere of influencing the minds of the masses of the population of the world around me, and everything that I aspire to do, I care about the well-being of this world so much more than that of myself, like I always express time and time before again. My purpose, as you know, or at least should know, is to change the world, to share a positive influence, to raise awareness, to put money in the streets and investing it into the community on behalf of pollution of the air, of animal rights, of the homeless population, and everything in my power invested within me as much as possible. Everything that is possible is granted to me, made possible by the creator, the creators, the universe, the spirits that I dabble in worship, and I share an extensive sacred oneness and relationship with my spirits of the dead. And through my seances as a witch practitioner, my law of attraction, and I have gravitated and pulled that into the sphere of my own reality. I have embodied and channeled my emotions and who I am into the sphere of my deeper initiation, traveling into this rabbit hole, down this rabbit hole of the occult, of the cliff off, of the Sephiroth, the tree of life, the Kabbalistic system. I reside in the left hand. I work on the left hand as well as the right hand path, even in the sphere of the Shamatharash. Alright, and I'm an omnistic person. The belief of omnism basically encompasses that there is no truth in a singular religion or spirituality. However, there is truth to be found and discovered in every single religion and spiritualism and spiritual path. And the path workings of my spirituality, I tend to keep it up. It's too early in the morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna head down to Birmingham. So, in the path workings of spiritualism, as a starseed, as a witch practitioner, I tend to keep an open mind. I do not shove my beliefs down other people's throats. And, you know, please, if you are a Christian, save your prayers. If your intention is to saving me, save your prayers, because I'm already saved. I know things that you don't. Alright? I know the secret book of John. I know of the truth about Adam and Eve. I know the truth of how there are so much misconceptions of spirituality, of us personally as witch practitioners, in a sense that a lot of fundamentalist religious institutions might think of us as animal sacrificers, or we are completely evil or dark and menacing. Well, that could be the furthest from the truth. The truth of it is how to enlighten your mind, of how to broaden your horizons of your knowledge and your perspectives. Perspective is everything of the world. Perspective is the illumination of what it represents, of how it illustrates everything around us, perception. And fortunately or unfortunately, consider it what you will, it could either be a blessing or a curse. And you have to be the one to, and only you, because each of us are embedded with our own free will, our freedom of information, our freedom of doing whatever we want with our own lives. How we govern our lives is our sacred right, not only as Americans, however, as human beings, as a collective of the world around us. And there are so many people that cannot understand the power of vision, the law of attraction. You manifest into your life, and a manifestation is very much real. It's powerful. People have no understanding of what that is. Anyway, without getting too deep in the topic, you know, I share a relationship with demons as well as archangels. And I've covered this in my previous video in regards to demons. There are so much misconceptions about daemons, which in Greek meaning good spirits. And they're not here to steal your soul. They're not here to manipulate you or to lie to you, I said manipulate you already. Alright, well, their intentions are not evil. They're not dark. Sure, there are spirits out there that have dark intentions, who are malevolent by nature, which primarily is due to like poltergeists. They are either good, they can be good or evil. Mainly, it's a deceased spirit of a once living, breathing human being that in his or her time of being alive had malevolent demeanor, a blackened soul, a blackened heart, whatever you want to call it, a corrupt consciousness. You know, okay, take an example like Charles Manson. Alright, so they carry on the spirit in the afterlife, and those are typically the spirits that would cause chaos, to sow discords, to doing all sorts of malevolent things. And that's where my services come into perspective and play. People hire me for my services. Yes, they pay me money to doing exorcisms for their homes, to blessing their homes. I encompass a little bit of everything from Santeria to voodoo to fairy magic to alchemy to demonology, black magic, white magic. You know, you get the idea. Fairy magic, Celtic magic, all sorts of things. The shamanism, pagan Wiccanism, just everything, you know. Whatever's practical to me. Oh, even I started getting into draconian magic and working with a lot with the jinn. But anyway, the point is, everything that's practical, I embody into my life. I'm open-minded. I am on this particular quest and this adventure, the spiritual path workings on my journey to learning about everything of the world. I do mean everything of the world. I want to unlock the greatest secrets to the universe inside of even myself. I embrace my shadow self. And yes, I believe in a divine being. However, I do not judge other people. I practice what I preach, and I accept people with open arms for as long as they don't shove their sexuality or their religion down my throat or whatever else upon me and try to force me to convert to their standards and their expectations. And if my expectations to be who I am for my own mental health, for my own spiritual well-being, and if that's not good enough for someone else, and if that means letting someone else down, then let it be so, and so mote it be. I'm going to disappoint that person because I embrace who I am, and I expect others to treat me with the same abundance of respect as I would show for them. And I believe and I truly live by coexistence. I believe and I live by embracing other people as I do as myself. And I'm on this earth, I'm on this planet, I'm alive. I create these videos, I have a passion for it to illuminate truth. And so in conclusion of this video, I have no beef with anyone. I expect others to not have beef with me, to not have drama with me. Otherwise, if so, you are wasting your own life. And you know, my beef primarily is with those who shove the religion down other people's throats, who judge you for simply being different. And we moved past this centuries ago from, this is 2021, this is the 21st century, as witch practitioners we have faced much persecution, judgments, in the name of God, that we were crucified, tortured, we were put on a stake, to be set up for trials and the Salem witch trials and so forth. And even before that, even in a Catholic reign of era in 16th, 17th century. And the same page as we're supposed to travel throughout this existence of mortality, of human life, to meet one common goal. We have the same goal. At least we're supposed to have the same common goal. Otherwise, you know, we have a division enough. We have a division between ethnicities, between genders, between sexual preferences, between spirituality and religion, between the hierarchy of social class, of poor, rich, middle class. You know, any much longer. I don't bring politics into it, but we don't have a middle class anymore. The US economy is on the verge of collapse and so forth. And in conclusion of this video, I have to say that if you seriously have beef with me for being different from my spiritual beliefs, we are no different, you and I alike. We share one and the same. You know, so many people have a huge misconception in regards to Satanism and Luciferianism. You should research about the 7 tenets of the Satanic Temple.